I'm going to read this quote by Rob Pelinka, who's the Lakers GM. He had a press conference earlier today. This is regarding LeBron's future with the Lakers. He's earned that right, and he's the best one to talk about that in terms of how many years he liked to play. But we were very intentional this summer in terms of the pieces we add with Luka and LeBron. Once LeBron opted in, making sure that they had the necessary pieces around them to be on a really competitive, strong team. And we built into that. And for that, in terms of the future, Pelinka said, first thing first would be for him to be able to make the decision he wants to in terms of how long he wants to play. We are going to continue to honor and respect that and let him speak into that. We would love if LeBron's story would be to retire as a Laker. That'd be a positive story. So if you're a Lakers fan, you're probably shitting bricks when you hear this quote that you're thinking, shit, we're stuck with LeBron for God, who knows when. This guy looks like he's going to play until he's 50. I've said for a while that LeBron is going to keep trying to play until he's no longer considered at least an all-star player. The moment he cannot make an all-star game, to me, is when LeBron will finally just call it quits. I don't know how long that's going to be because he can stat pad as much as he wants, and that'll allow him to continue to get into all-star games. For who knows, the league is so bad when it comes to these defensive rules. I wish I could give you a clear answer of how long LeBron's stat padding can last, but he's going to play as long as he can be an all-star, at least at a minimum. And I would also say as long as his body can last, which it hasn't broken down yet, surprisingly. Like, I'm just in shock that he hasn't had an ACL tear or an Achilles tendon tear or some sort of career-ending injury yet with all the miles he's put on his body. But you never know. It can eventually happen. Once you get above 40, even if you're in great shape, it's pretty much unpredictable. Random things can take you out when it comes to having a career in sports. I just look at Karl Malone. He was an Ironman up until his last year in the league with the Los Angeles Lakers, in which he had some major knee injuries and he just couldn't come back from it. So you never know. LeBron could suffer that same fate this season and it could finally end him, but we'll have to see. But going back to Pelinka, it's it's hard to say which way he's going to go. I think Pelinka's an idiot, so it could go either way. It really depends on the pressure from the organization he faces. That could come from ownership, that could come from the media. If he caves in, or if the Lakers feel that with LeBron that they're still making a ton of money when it comes to cash revenue, because contrary to what people believe about the Lakers, I think the Lakers are about making money first versus winning a championship. Hence, all those years they had Kobe during his final years where they were not a legit team anymore when it comes to being a championship contender, but they kept Kobe there because they knew they could sell tickets and sell the merchandise. And that was good enough because they were making a profit while Kobe was still playing for the Lakers, despite not winning games with them during his final several years with the Lakers. This could be the same deal where they feel they can still make money with LeBron. They can still cash in off of his merchandise. That could be good enough for them to keep him, even if they're not going to win a title with him, even if he is a toxic guy to be around for the other players on the team, if he even disrupts chemistry with Luka, because now Luka is locked in now with that long-term deal, so they don't have to worry about that. So all that factors in. I wish I could give a definite answer on it. But then again, this could just be Pelinka being vague about extending LeBron or re-signing him next summer. In the sense, if you read clearly into like the final statement in that quote, which I'll read again, where he says, "We would love if LeBron's story would be to retire as a Laker. That'd be a positive story." He's not saying that they're going to keep LeBron. He's kind of giving leeway to say like, "Hey, yeah, it would be great if he decides to come back, but it's not guaranteed, that's going to happen, Just I think even if you dig deeper on it, it could be a subtle insult to LeBron saying like, "Hey, it would be great if he retires as a Laker," but that could mean this season in the sense that, hey, it would be awesome, but beyond the season, no thanks. So it's really hard to say which way this is going to go. I kind of wonder now if the Lakers are going to cave in and keep LeBron for another 3 to 5 years. They're just that stupid. So it'll definitely be interesting. And believe it or not, Laker fans, even though I'm not a fan of the Lakers. I actually hope you guys don't resign LeBron because if LeBron can't resign with the Lakers, I know he's going to be miserable. LA is his new home. This is where he wants to spend the rest of his life. So if he can't play in LA, he's going to be pissed off. I don't know which team he could go to make up for that. Maybe he can sign with the Clippers. They could use a star once Kawhi's contract is voided, which I think is going to happen. He can just make them move across the street and still play in LA. That's a alternative solution for him. But it'll be interesting. Lakers need to not resign him so we can see LeBron lose his mind and go crazy. But that's all I have to say about this.